What's up, everybody? Dr. Giggles in the house. Yeah, we're actually on time for once, which is shocking. I know. Usually I'm always running a minute or two late. This week I tried my best, and I did it. I succeeded. I'm a champion. Maybe not. I don't know. But, hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend like the rest of us. I actually watched Superbowl and they didn't lose. Woo! Usually when I watch the Patriots in the Super Bowl, they lose, so I try not to watch. I broke the streak. It's great. It's a great feeling. What's up, everybody? What's up, BSM and Quarantulus? I don't know. Quarantulus. I don't know how to say that. What's up, Marcus Bean? What's up, Lindsay Yale Entertainment that's in the club meeting? This week, we're going to be talking about quite a bit. We're going to be talking about some stuff from Walt Disney World, Universal, Royal Caribbean, Six Flags, different various things, Dorney Park, Canada's Wonderland. We are going to talk about Monster Jam. We're going to talk about Super Bowl 53. We're going to talk about an SFNEOnline update, some off-season update stuff. Fright Kingdom's Haunt this weekend. I believe there's still tickets available. So if you want to go check that out kind of thing. We're going to do some little bit of Hauntapalooza updates and stuff like that. So we got a very packed show this week, which is great. Usually, that game was something else. Actually, to me, I mean, I know we're all used to crazy scoring games. It was kind of, in that element, it was boring, but we'll get into that in a minute. Or 2 or 30, I don't know, whenever that comes up. But I got to say, usually in the off-season, there isn't a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? It's usually pretty quiet. But it just seems now in the world of everybody trying to be a YouTuber, the social media stuff, no more secrets, everything is just coming out. Like, I feel to me like this, like the last off-season wasn't as bad, but it seems this off-season is really heating up. And I mean, it's no different than any other off-season. I mean, I've been paying attention every off-season. And those that watch The Grow Show from its inception to now, we all knew I was always taking like a 2 to 3 month hiatus. Like once New Year's Eve came, because I remember one time I did a show on New Year's Eve years back in the old house. But we used to take like a 2 or 3 month hiatus because there was really not much going on. Like I could have, a few years ago, I could have compiled all the major things and talked about them. What do you call it? I could have put it on one page like this, in an off-season on the opening show. And sometimes I did that. New England 3, Maroon 5. Yeah, that. I have to say that halftime show sucked. It was awful. I mean, it was so bad I went and played pinball, and I missed maybe 10 minutes of the game. Like when it was 3-3, it was just going, and it wasn't. I mean, that was a game of masterful of what do you call it? Defense. Yeah, we don't get a champion victory parade in Providence. I remember when what was it? Oh, when the Patriots played the Seahawks and won, they held this little thing inside the Dunkin' Donut Center, and it was pretty pitiful. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, what the hell was that? Oh, something just fell. I was like, what is that? When am I having the interview in March with Jen McGrath? Technically, in March, that's not a interview. What we do in the off-season is we get together, and we talk for an hour or so. And, we go out through what they're allowed to tell me for the season. And we go back and forth about, what am I allowed to film? What am I allowed to do? Is there any behind the scenes stuff? And, we go back and forth, through, all of, all the stuff. And then they work on things to help us out. We work on things to help them out. Not only am I doing that, but I'm also talking about wedding stuff that's coming up for next year. There's a lot of things that we're discussing. And when I come back from that, what if they tell me what I'm allowed to talk about, I will. When they tell me to keep my mouth shut, I will. You know, it's one of those things that you will. If the park tells me to keep my mouth shut, and yes, we'll be able to see the Fairtown video soon. I don't want to give a date, and we'll talk about that. That's an actual topic on here for the when we do the SFNEOnline update. There's a few things that we're going to talk about, and the Fairtown thing is one of them. And the great thing is it's coming along. I had to like change some stuff and re-edit stuff because I really we'll get into that. I know my thought because it's in here. The thought is on paper, so I'm not going to lose the thought. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the news. Let's just blow through it all, and then we'll start getting into all the goodies. Because I know, like, if I wait a little bit, then more people keep showing up. So do me a favor while we're getting through the news, the stuff that some people care about, some people don't care about. Share this video. Let people know that this is live, and let's see how many people we can get in this show tonight. How about that? Because just so you know, I don't know what the view looks like behind me. All right, if you look right, see there's a pile of boxes. You can't really see what it says on the side of them, but they're all subscriber and that's going to be in the thing. But we'll talk about that. But that's all subscriber numbers. Like when we hit a certain milestone, a box is getting given away, and then I'll break down kind of what's in the boxes in the update. Because there is some awesome stuff because I filled the boxes. They're not full yet. I got to go through some more bins. But I'm partying with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that I'm giving away. But anyway, so with that being said, what's up, John? All right, so let's get the Walt Disney World stuff out of the news. As we know, the Super Bowl champs are the New England Patriots. 6th title. Brady's got 6 rings, but they were down doing the Super Bowl parade. I don't know how many people watched that. You can watch it online. It's just like a little parade. They had Tom Brady and Julian Edelman on this float with Mickey and his buddies, and they were, then they stopped the float, gave them the mic. They were talking real quick. It was cool. I shared it on SFNEOnline's Facebook page, and in that post, I say, hey, at this part is when the parade starts, because they just have like 2 hosts talking for a little bit, and then it gets into the parade. You know how that is. So in other Walt Disney World news, I didn't know you could do this, but evidently you could, but now you can't. There were people, they're closing a loophole. There were people that were booking, like, staying at the hotel, a Disney resort in Walt Disney World. They were also, signing up for their fast pass that you could do 90 days in advance. And then when it was 30 days in advance, they would cancel their reservation, but still, because they had the tickets, be able to use the fast pass. So, Disney has decided that if you do that, you lose your fast pass. So if you cancel it at any time before your trip, you lose it. And they're doing this because we all know what is opening up this year. What is opening up? Galaxy's Edge Star Wars. That thing is going to be as hyped and as crazy as the Harry Potter stuff is. And we all know that that's going to be one of those hot commodities that everybody's going to want, and they're all going to try and get, and so they're cracking down. Do I have any other Walt Disney stuff, or is that it? I think that's it. Okay, I only had 2 Walt Disney things. Cool. All right, this next one is at Universal Orlando. Now, if you like to fart like I do, you can go check out a naked troll that they have at Universal, and it farts glitter at people. Turns around and out comes the glitter. That video has been like becoming a viral sensation. People like me love farts, and people love me like farting trolls. I like anything that farts. Dogs, people, other animals, objects. When they make fart sounds. I like farts. Can't help it. Sorry. Yeah, Star Wars at both Florida and California is going to be a nightmare. My recommendation to anybody that really wants to check out Star Wars, don't do it like for the first 6 months. I mean, I know like the first month is going to be pure and utter chaos. I know a lot of people like, oh, I got to get footage. I got to get that on YouTube. I just got to say I was there the first day. I got to say I was there the first week of the month. You know what? You're an idiot if you think that. Like if you're, I mean, I get it. People love, or Jessica farting like in the car or whatever, stinking the joint out, Matter of fact, last night we filmed a video for Haunapalooza last night, her and I, and she farted right before I hit the record button. And it stunk. I had to sit in her fart while we're getting ready. I had to cut it out of the video in like the first 30 seconds before I started talking. But I was like, P.U., you stink. I mean, don't get me wrong. I blow her out of the room too, but it was just funny. Farts are funny. I love farts. I guess I could say a couple that farts together stays together. But yeah, if anybody's gone, if everybody thinks like, oh, it's not going to be an issue, I'm going to get in Star Wars, and I'm willing to wait 10 hours to ride the ride, if you're willing to do that, you're an idiot. There is no ride on this planet that is worth more than an hour. Like, after an hour, I'm like, forget it. I'll skip it. I'll come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no ride on there. It doesn't exist. I love Wicked Cyclone. I love Superman. There's so many rides out there that I love. I mean, those are just like the top two. But I mean, there is no ride on this planet that I'm willing to wait more than an hour for. And even an hour is a stretch. Usually it's like 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, screw this. I'll come back later. I have no patience for waiting in line. And I get it. This thing, they're hyping it. It's not that they're really hyping it up. All the, well, of course she loves me now. Wait, 10 years down the road. We'll see how much if she still really loves me and my farts. Yeah, you know what, John? I'll agree with you on this with that topic because, what was it? I slept over house Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then Tuesday we started going to the gym. Well, she had gone to the gym, started going like a few days before me, but like me and her started going to the gym, and my pants smelled like farts. I was farting. I can't help it. It was, and I, she's always calling me fart pants because my pants always smell like farts. All the time. So she's like hanging me out to dry for fart, and she's like, you got musk butt, and you keep farting, and it stinks, and you got to stop farting. You can't fart again. And then like 2 minutes later, she blows the whole house out. Like, why is it okay for her, but not me? Like, I don't, why is this? Why can I not fart? Farting is part of human nature, and hey, they also say, there's studies that say if you fart and you inhale your partner's fart or somebody else's fart, it'll help cure cancer. So just fart away. Cure that cancer. Fartity fart. Yeah, no, we totally took a detour from the show and just talked about farts. But that's okay. I don't know about anybody else, but I love farts. If you love farts, give me a thumbs up thingy on in the chat if you love to fart. If you love farts as much as I do. All right, see, he does. Charles does. Anybody else like farts? Give me an emoji. Give me an emoji in the chat. We'll fart it up. But anyway, so yeah, if you really can handle the Star Wars thing, and you really want to sit there all day, like they're predicting like all this, like these theme park people that like do like they look at trends and they look at like the new rides coming out. What's the big deal? Like the big whoop-de-doo. And they're saying that it's going to take like 8 to 12 hours just to get into the park. Never mind on a ride. So you want to wait 8 to 10 hours outside trying to get in the park. You're going to sit outside like an idiot. You're on the outside looking in. You're willing to sit there for 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours? For a ride, for a new air, like I get it. Like it's gonna be as immersive as Harry Potter. People, Star Wars is way bigger than anything else. And I get it. It's a big deal. But I think if you're really trying to get in, I mean, I have no plans this year to be at Disney when Star Wars opens. I do have plans to be at Disney in, when are we going? October. You know what I'm saying? So, hat is 2018. I think this is for the season, not the actual. It's the right Super Bowl. It's the wrong. When you listen to the sports people, and it always confused me all the time, that what do you call it? What do you call they'd be like, oh, the 2018 Super Bowl. They're not talking about last year's Super Bowl. They're talking about this year. I don't understand their thinking about when they do it. Like, but it's really for the 2018 season, not the. I don't know. It confuses the hell out of me. But yeah, I would not wait 12 hours outside to get in. I don't think it's gonna. Honestly, I don't think it's. I honestly think people are gonna be waiting more like 4 or 5 hours to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think it's going to be like 8-10 hours, but that's what these theme park analysts, like professional people get paid for this crap. They say like I forgot what, I said it on a show like a month or two ago. It was like 8 to 10, 8 to 12 hours, something like that. People waiting to get in. Like, even if you waited 8 hours and say the park's only open 12, now you got 4 hours. You're going to like wait 4 or 5. You're not even going to get to ride, the ride. Like, that's so stupid. Like, smart people, if you're smart, you people, stay away for like the first like at least 3 months. Stay away. I'm telling you now. I would not go because I would be too pissed off to be going, oh, Luco knows. I'll walk right out the line. I did that at Canada's Wonderland for a kiddie coaster. I waited like 30 minutes, was like, peace out, I ain't waiting in this stupid line. Peace out. I'm out. I'm not. No. Not when it's hot, and not when I'm going to be miserable. No. Not happening. Not happening. Not for me. I mean, if you want to be an idiot and go wait and waste your money, by all means, go be an idiot. Not this guy. Nope. All right, so we talked about Walt Disney World. We talked about farts. SeaWorld, they finally hired a permanent CEO. We'll see how permanent this person is. But the person's name is, where did I put this? Gustavo Antoracha. He was a top executive with Carnival Cruise Line. So they've hired him to be the permanent CEO of SeaWorld and see where he takes SeaWorld. So that's that. Let's see what else I got on here. Dorney Park. Not Dorney Park. That's for the end of my news. Canada's Wonderland. For those that like their Orbiter, that's leaving. So hopefully you enjoyed it, got to ride it. I know there were rides and people are like, oh, I'll say this a million times more throughout the life of this show. Ride manufacturers. Yeah, this has got a 3. Not a 2. It's got a 3. It's LII. Whatever. Super Bowl 53. But that one, yeah, that was the last one was won by the Eagles. Bastards. But where was I? Oh, yeah, the thing that I always say about ride manufacturers and what sucks is there's not a whole lot of innovation. So we're losing a lot of classic rides that nobody manufactures. I mean, you can get like Tilt-A-Whirls and you get the Flyers and you can get, certain different, what do you call it? Flat rides. But if you think about it, by the end of the day, there's not a whole lot of inventory, like new inventory to get. Most parks have their classic rides, carousels, the wave swingers, train, whether they get train rides or, log flumes are starting to become extinct. You can get your Ferris wheels, your bumper car. Your Orbiter's, kind of like Enterprise, a little different, but pretty much the same thing. Look, the Enterprises are getting ripped out left and right. What companies need to do, who's, whatever the hell the name is, they have a new age kind of, and so doesn't Zamparella, but a new age, Enterprise. What they need to do is they need to go to the back, look in the back catalog from back in the day at what ride, the companies that still have these rides, that still make rides, that made rides back in the day. They need to go, and I'm gonna be a broken record. People are gonna be pissed. I want to say this every so often when something like this happens. But people, the manufacturers, they need to go back in the arsenal of old rides. I'm sure they still have the plans that they did to make the ride. They got to be sitting in a filing cabinet somewhere. They need to be dug out, and they just need to make a new age model of it. Bring back the past. You know what I mean? Because, like, remember what Cedar Point did a few years ago? They went to Europe. They went and they grabbed some old school classic rides and they put them in some of the parks. Manufacturers need to do that. Yeah, Dorney has an Enterprise, I think, still. Cedar Point doesn't. Lake Compounds doesn't. I don't know how long Kennywood's is going to be there. Yeah, actually, that's going to be... I have that... speaking of Charles, about the Dubai thing, that's coming up after this, my little rant here with Canada's Wonderland and Flats. But I need to start... I think I've said it before. I think I'm just going to email every single ride manufacturer out there and say, get off your ass and start bringing back some classics. Because this is bullshit. What do you call it? Chance has one. It's called a Unicoaster. Unicoaster 1 is basically like that. Except instead of facing each other, you're sitting side by side. But it's the new age version of a looper. But I'm just saying, companies need to get these new rides out. I mean, right now, Zamparella's like killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Zamparella's like stepping it up, trying some stuff, doing some stuff. Most of these other companies, you know, Lawson's got the flyers and the crappy, what do you call it, the loops and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, companies need to step up their game. It's not, you know why there's the companies aren't innovating enough for all of us to want like some crazy flat ride. I mean, when you look at it and the park says, oh, I'm getting bumper cars, a tilt-a-whirl, and a flyers, you go, well, I wanted a big roller coaster. Everybody's mind is on a roller coaster. So all the parks are trying to find what's the next big bad thing. You only coaster enthusiast people are ruining everything. Like, I get it. You like what you like. I like everything, and I wish there was more flat rides on top. I love a good coaster like anybody else, but I like everything else too. So companies need to step it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to do something. I mean, I like antique car rides. I like it all. I ride kiddie rides. I'm like a 5-year-old. If I can ride something, I'll ride something. I don't care. You know, you might be laughing at me because I look like an idiot in a little kiddie ride, but guess what? I'm having the time of my life. Remember that. All right, so let's talk some Six Flags because someone brought up the do Brexit there. So the first thing is on February 14th, they're going to do their Six Flags is going to do their 2018 yearly earnings call. So we'll be able to talk about that next week or the week after. So speaking of Dubai, it's canceled. I've seen it was put on hold, canceled. The only thing that they did was put up a sign that says Six Flags, and technically, it was supposed to open this year at some point, and they haven't done anything. There's no utility. There's nothing going on. No dirt move, no nothing. It's just nothing, just a sign. So, yeah. So with that being said, excuse me. Now, I don't know for sure what rides have been paid for. I don't know if Six Flags paid for those rides, or I don't know if the person that was the company that was building the park paid for the rides. I'm sure Six Flags, yeah, the Zamparella Giant Discovery, like Harley Quinn's and whatever they call them, great ride. Zamparella's killing it. They're killing it. They're the flat company of today. They're killing it. They just need to come out with some more. They got to come out with a whole new arsenal of flats. They're just not satisfying my hunger for that. Oh, see, I didn't see any of the dirt move few buildings, but it looks like it's just canceled because the first thing that I saw reported was that it was on hold for whatever reason. Now I'm seeing a bunch of places report that it's done. It's done. Now the problem is, when I first heard this, I'm like, this is stupid. It's not going to do anything. And the reason why I said that before, and I said it on the show, like when it was first announced, here's the problem with all this. I don't think the financial... See, because Six Flags wasn't paying for it. Basically, this is like a franchise deal. You know, like all the China ones that are opening up and wherever, Vietnam, whatever other one. There's been so many announced, I lost track. But all the new ones that are being announced, like overseas, Six Flags is just part of the design, and they're just collecting a check from the company that's going to open the park. Now, the problem with the whole Dubai thing is, the parks, if you remember, when they announced stuff, almost everything stopped with when the recession came. They're like, oh, so things stopped, and then everything started working again. I said, this ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't going to work. And I was right. And here's the problem. Someone like me does not want to go to Dubai. I've told Lugo. Lugo's like, let's go to Dubai. I'm like, no, I'm not going to Dubai. It's in the Middle East. And I know, like, the terrorists don't mess with anybody over there. That's where all the rich people are. That's probably where all the princes and stuff, where all the rich people have stuff. Now, from what I hear is a lot of the, like, even the locals cannot afford to even go to any of these parks. They're not getting the numbers that they, projecting to get. So, if, say, for instance, they wanted, they will say, oh, we're going to get like 1 million to 3 million people a year in these whatever park. They were only getting like a couple 100,000. Way below. They thought people wanted to come out there. I don't want to go out there. I'm not willing to take a risk and get blown up. I mean, think about it. Have fun, Luco. Send me pictures. Everybody knows me that knows me. I got a mouth. I know, like, I'm going to, like, go there, and that's why I probably shouldn't travel. I mean, I am going to travel overseas, but I'm going to have to try to be on my best behavior because I got a mouth. I'm not going to close my mouth for nobody. And, like, I know in the Middle East, they're pretty strict with, like, dress codes and certain things and all this other stuff. And I don't know if I would get, like, executed, arrested, just because of who I am. I mean, I try to be the nicest guy possible, but when I'm around, I'm not. Yeah, I know, but Luco, my mouth. I'm going to open my mouth. I want to say something wrong and not realize it, and who knows? And me, that's a long flight. It's a lot of time on airplanes. You can fly to, like, probably from, like, here to maybe catch a plane, like land in London. It's like, what, 6-7 hours? Okay. That's pushing it, but doable. Then I gotta either catch another plane to get to, that's a lot of planes. I'm not, everybody knows, like, when it comes to traveling, I would love to take a plane over anything than any other mode of transportation. I would love to take a plane because I want to get there as fast as possible. Plus, I can't drive to Europe. I mean, unless everybody sucked up all the water and threw it out of the planet. And the way I look at it is, to get to certain places is a lot of flying. There's a lot of bullshit that, and I thought it was going to be like, men and women can play together in Dubai, but not Saudi Arabia. I know Saudi Arabia is nuts. Yeah, I'd hate to see how much that, what is that, like a 20-hour flight they get there? I don't know how long that would fly. Boston on Emirates. Yeah, you can get Emirates and get a first class seat for like $20K. Because my problem is I would not want to sit Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't. They are making a bridge or tunnel from Alaska to Russia. Then you can drive from USA to Europe. Only about 100. I mean, only 15,000 miles. That would take you a couple weeks to get there. I would have to take like 6 months out of work to get there and back, and only be on vacation for a week. Here's my problem with a flight like that for 12 hours. And it has nothing to do with smoking. I can go get gum or patches or whatever. That's not an issue. I don't like being cooped up and cramped for that long. Now, yeah, I can get up and walk around or whatever, and I would never sit in a cheap seat to be all cramped. Like, I would need like the $20,000. If somebody gave me the $20,000 seat, I would go. I would go in 2 seconds. I could sleep in it. Like, I got my own spot. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could chill out. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I just don't like people. I don't want to be next to people. Like, I get like, all right, example. When we flew to Miami, that plane was so freaking hot. I was sweating to death. I mean, I had a lot of room because we were in first class plane tickets, but it was just, it was so, I don't like being in a hot plane. I mean, I wasn't cramped. I was comfortable. I couldn't even complain about comfort, like being comfy room, like it. You know what I'm saying? And I personally, for me, hey, Muffin, meow. What do you call it? I know I wouldn't be able to afford a first class ticket on an Emirates flight. Way too expensive. Flying outside the United States, like, overseas, in a first class ticket is very expensive. If I was going to do that, I would have to go by myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't take the kids. I'm like, because those are like $2,000-$3,000 seats, and I'm not paying $2,000-$3,000 for one kid, $2,000-$3,000 for another kid, $2,000-$3,000 for another kid, $2,000-$3,000 for Jessica. It's just not happening. I'm not spending like, $10,000-$12,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do it. I'm not spending that just for plane tickets. Never mind doing anything else. Everything else is fine. It's the plane ticket that costs a lot of money. So I would have to leave everybody at home so I could go to Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. I'm leaving everybody behind to go. So yeah. So again, with the whole Dubai thing, I don't see really any more parks opening. They really need to find a way to attract more people to Dubai. I mean, most people don't want to go because there's not a ton, even though that Warner Brothers park I want to check out. Two, people have it in their mind that they're going to get blown up in Dubai. I don't think you're going to get... I mean, my father went to Amman, Jordan last year and didn't have... Well, I wouldn't say he wouldn't have a problem. He almost died, but not because of being out there. He had a medical issue and almost died. But he was doing work at the U.S. Embassy, and he had an armed guard with him at all times, going in Amman, Jordan. So he had a driver taking him to and from anywhere he went. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I will say I hate the Boston airport. I hate that parking crap. Like, that sucks. That parking garage thing is such a cluster, you know what? I can't stand it. That's where I flew in and out of Miami, and I couldn't find the damn... I couldn't find my car. I was nowhere near it. And I was freaking out because that's when I had to, like, land, go drop people off, go do a show. You know, I will never do a show when I'm landing. Never gonna do that. No. I think Dubai's safe. That For some reason, the terrorists don't want to blow that up. They leave that alone. But if Dubai doesn't like get more tourists into their attractions, Dubai's not going to be Dubai. But from what I heard is the local citizens of Dubai can't afford. They don't make enough money to even go to a park. Never mind all the parks. That's for basically they priced out the locals and they made it for rich. Well, anybody that can afford it, rich or American tourists that are coming for a trip or whatever. So I don't think any more parks are going to get open. I heard some other parks that were going to get built or not. So I don't know. I don't like Boston. I like flying out. And then if I fly out of TF Green to go somewhere, that's like double the money of Boston. So I'd have to suck it up and go to Boston. But I think this time I'm going to make somebody drop me off and then pick me up. Not that really that's anybody's problem but mine, but I think leaving my car there is just no. I know it sounds stupid, but you go away for 9 or 10 days or whatever. You don't remember. Like I took a picture of where my car was, but I didn't know how to get back there. I'm gonna have to like videotape myself to get back to where I was. That's what I should do. Have a video on my phone so I can learn how to get back in reverse. Just play it in reverse. That'd be funny. But yeah, so that's the end of that. All right, so what's next on the list? We talked about Six Flags. Six Flags Magic Mountain. For those that are going to CoasterCon, I feel bad for you. You most likely are not getting to ride West Coast races. It seems that I read this on Screamscape. I don't know how exactly true this is, but it looks like what do you call it? There's no track on site. No foot has been poured. It looks like they had to redesign the track, the supports, and then where the footers are going, they had to redesign it because I guess the footprint is a little bit smaller than what they had. So that's not going to happen on time. So they're probably looking to even miss the busy summer with this new ride, unfortunately. So if you're going to CoasterCon, remember that because CoasterCon is at Knott's Berry Farm and Six Flags Magic Mountain, it looks like you're going to miss out on CoasterCon. Yeah, a lot of people are skipping CoasterCon because of that reason. Because for a lot of people, there's not enough new to go there. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't enough new coasters for CoasterCon for people to go. So like, screw it. We're not going. Plus, people are saving up because next year's CoasterCon is going to be, I think, as popular as Dollywood's, like in the high 600-700 range of people attending. I don't know if Southwest costs more at Green Airport. I don't know that. I really don't know the answer to that question. I usually just fly out either Southwest, American. Depends. Yeah, see, I haven't done any of the West Coast parks. I was out in California in 1999. It was for work. It wasn't for business. I was in downtown San Francisco. I probably could have hit a park or something, but we were working so much there was no time. But it was like, during the Y2K stuff. A lot of you kids probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But for those that were around in 1999, know about Y2K. So we had to do a lot of work for that. But yeah, so I've yet to make my debut at any West Coast parks. I've hit so much other stuff, but I haven't hit the West Coast yet. So that's on the bucket list of places to go. Yeah, I don't understand, I don't understand what Six Flags Magic Mountain process is and like why didn't they have that figured out when they made the coaster. When they had that, they announced it. I'm sure it was probably a rush job. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna announce it. This is what it's gonna look like. Oh, we gotta change it. So it's going to be delayed, and there's really nothing any of us can do about it. I have not been to Magic Mountain. I know. Shocking. You were -2 in 1999. For those that don't know what Y2K was there was a thing inside the computers that when with the dates on the clock, well, it didn't have enough to go to 2000. It would end at 99. So they were thinking that, like, basically the world would end and everything would go into pure chaos if they didn't put this fix in. So they had to put a fix in to all this stuff, and everybody was going crazy trying to get any kind of anything that touched the computer had to get fixed. So that was Y2K. People were pure pandemonium, and let me tell you, companies made money hand over fist. Now, if you couldn't get a fix, you know what the fix was? A temporary fix until you could get the fix. You could just change the date on the clock of the computer. So that's what you could do. But there was a lot of things you had to, like, put an actual update into the computer, which isn't like today when you could just download it. You had to physically, like, go, like, get somebody would mail you something or get something and go whoosh. It was crazy. All right, so Royal Caribbean. I know it's a cruise ship. It's not an amusement park, but their old ship, I would say, Navigator of the Seas, is getting it's going to be setting sail soon. It's getting over $100 million update. See, a lot of these old ships didn't have a lot of cool stuff on them. Now they're getting put back so they can get new life. So what they did was they're adding a water roller coaster, you know, like Typhoon at Six Flags New England. They're getting all this whole new pool area. They're getting bars, restaurants, laser tag, mini golf, all kinds of cool stuff that's going to be added. That's being added to the ship. You can search it online to see the cool stuff that's been added, and I like this. I mean, it's not a roller coaster, and it's a water roller coaster, and people can still have fun. So there's a lot of cool things that are going on. Like some Royal Caribbean ships have bumper cars. Some Royal Caribbean ships have what do you call it? Carousels. You know, they're starting to put water slides on them. So now you're going to have not only like a floating city, but you're going to have like floating amusement parks. It's pretty cool. And I will say, if you go on Anthem of the Seas and you want to ride bumper cars that are pretty good, these are awesome. 1, they're electric. 2, they're fast. 3, they hit good. Not as good as Knoebels, but almost. If you search any of my cruise videos that have the Anthem, and you flip-flop around, you'll find footage, because they allow you to take video while you're riding it. You don't even have to ask. You just do it. They allow it. I mean, I asked, but you can still take video while you're driving a bumper car. It was pretty cool. I did it. Luco did it. We all did it. As a matter of fact, the first time I went on Anthem of the Seas, which I think was like 2017, I think, I live streamed from the bumper cars. So that's cool. I kind of like that. It kind of helps bring that in. So also, the only bad thing about the ship is it's doing 3 or 4 day cruises, and that sucks. I'm not a huge that's like a tease. It's not even worth going. It sucks. Like those, I've never done it. I wouldn't do it. Like this, like the one I just came off of was 6 days. And I was like, I need the other day. I need the extra. I like the 7-night cruises. I don't like anything less than that. I think anything less than that is not even worth it. Like that new Mardi Gras ship, I don't even want to do that ship. I mean, it's got the roller coaster on it, but it's like ports I don't want to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably only worth going just for the roller coaster, and I don't even know how good the roller coaster is going to be. you're basically going to the same ports that I've already been to, and I'm like, I'm trying to get to new ports. I know eventually that I gotta like redo things, and it'll be like just trying out different ships first, you know, unless there was ports that I really liked. But there's nothing. You know, like there was some other, you know, like I don't want to go to St. Thomas. I hate St. Thomas. I don't want to go to Puerto Rico. I've been there so many times for work, and to me, there's nothing great about Puerto Rico. No offense to Puerto Ricans, aren't like they have a kiddie coaster I have to get. They do have a kiddie coaster. But other than that, I mean, the hurricane devastated their rainforest, so that's still closed. I heard that was my father did it. But I mean, I've literally driven the entire island multiple times. I've seen, you know, the forts. I've seen Old San Juan. I've seen New San Juan. I've been to Bacardi's factory. I've seen like every 20 miles, there's a whole plaza, like locked down military style, with like Wendy's, KFC, Burger King, McDonald's. Like, I've driven the whole island. I've been on the Atlantic side. I've been on the Caribbean side. I have not yet been to Bermuda. That's one place. But like I love Saint Martin, I love Barbados, I love Saint Kitts. I love you silly fruity patootie John Cafaro. Just drive down 95 to Route 4 to Route 138 and you'll be in Newport. I've been there a million times too. That place sucks too. You know what I mean? Like I love going. Like think about it. Last December, when I went with Dave, Jody, and Jessica, we were on Waste of the Seas. We went and we did Haiti. Been there already. Went to Jamaica. Been there already. Went to Cozumel, Mexico. Been there already. And then this one I just got off to. We didn't go to Haiti, but we went to Jamaica. Just a different spot. And, but I was in the other areas that we would go to. Been there already. Guess where we went again? Cozumel, Mexico. Been there already. The only new one was Grand Cayman. That was the only reason why I went on that thing. I would have told Danielle to pound sand. I love Danielle like a sister, but I would have been like, I've already been there. You know? But, no. So, that was that. And then the cruise that we booked for 2021 is ports I've never been to. Aruba, Caraco, or whatever the hell it is. And then like 2 islands in Dominican Republic. But yeah, so that Mardi Gras ship that's got the roller coaster, that's going to be like 2 or 3 years after this next cruise, just because I want to hit some stuff I haven't hit. And now, if Jessica says, hey, I want to go to Puerto Rico, I'm going to go to Puerto Rico. I'm not going to not go. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't want to go. But I would. I'm not going to be like, no, we're not going because I hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still going to go because, you know, I'm a team player. I'll go with other people, even if they've never been. I'm not going to be like, no, we're not going. Screw you. I prefer not to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would definitely prefer not to go, but if people want to go, I will. But at least let me get to some places I haven't been. Now, Bermuda, I want to... Actually, we're going to go to Aruba on our honeymoon. I think we sealed that deal this week. I mean, we've been talking to a lot of people that been to Bermuda. Like, we've talked to people about Bermuda and Aruba. And this is just going to... Hang on, before I get into that, let me just finish the last tidbit of news. Let's get it out of the way. Stupid news of the week. I don't know how many of you heard about this, about Dorney Park. That's what I was saying. It's the stupidity news. A mother is suing the park for her daughter getting scared during their Halloween event as she ran, tripped, and sustained injuries, which were not specific on the lawsuit. They're suing for $150,000. The mother said that they are pass holders, so they knew what it was going to be that time of the year. I hope that, I mean, the short of that story, I hope the judge throws it out. Now, unfortunate, yes, the girl fell and whatever. What do you call it? That lady is an idiot. If you go there fully well knowing it's Halloween and you get scared, don't go if you don't like it. You know, I honestly think the judge is going to throw that out, because if they don't throw it out, that opens up a whole can of worms you don't want. Yeah, I would like to go to Grand Cayman without a boat and enjoy it. A lot of people said it. So the way we look at it is because we're going to... This is what we're going to get into. This is theme park wedding update that I talked about on this show. For For those that don't know, I'm getting married at Six Flags New England in 2020. The date is September 26, 2020. Now, that's like the tail end of hurricane season. So, potentially you could go to Bermuda and then your honeymoon gets screwed because of that. Most of the it always says no running, and then they have workers telling you don't run, and you got the stupid people not following the rules and doing whatever. So I don't want to see people get hurt and killed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's stupidity on the person. You know it's Halloween time. You know there's haunts. You're a season pass holder. It's not like you just came from California, didn't really do a lot of research, and went and got scared. Now, to answer the BSM Marion 2019, why wait another year? I really thought about it. At first, I was like, let's do it this year. One, I don't basically want to do what they call a shotgun wedding. That happened on New Year's Eve, and I didn't want. I know a lot of people who've done it like bam, 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 like quick, quick, quick. My situation is a little bit different. Now, I have a house. Now, my house is a decent size. It's not a tiny house. I could add on to it and add another bedroom. But, you got to compromise, right? To have a successful relationship and marriage, you got to compromise. She doesn't really want to live up this way. She was almost going to cave in and be like, just do an addition to the house. And she's like, yeah, but, no, it has nothing to do with cold feet. It's really, I got to sell my house, buy a house, and we're trying to get all that, like the house all ready by springtime. I got to power wash the house. I got to repair the fence, put up a new section of fence that fell down. There's a lot of stuff I got to, like, get in a row. It's not like just bam, you know what I mean? Like, I have a house. She doesn't have one. She lives with her parents. So I got to get a house, you know what I mean, to get my house ready. I mean, I've been packing. I went through that side finally. I did it in last Friday night. I went through. I condensed. And that's part of why, like, I'm with those boxes there. Now, I've said this a million times. I have bins and bins full of all kinds of Costa memorabilia. And I'm just going to give it away. But that all depends on everybody and how quickly we hit. And I did not make unrealistic subscriber milestones. 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, and then 1,000. Now there's a big, tall jalopy box full of stuff in the corner in the back there. That's just full of like you have no idea. I mean, there's stuff from IAPA, there's stuff from Media Days, there's pieces of wood from Iron Rattler, there's pieces from Rattler, there's pieces of wood from Rolling Thunder from Great Adventure. There's action figures, there's all kinds of pins and all kind. I mean, because it's me and the two kids. The kids don't care about it, don't want it. I at least keep one set of everything, three sets. So I get rid of two sets. So in them boxes, the boxes got awesome stuff in it. There's stuff from Comic-Con. There's stuff from IAPA. There's stuff from Media Days. There's all kinds of there's ride catalogs from Intamin and B&M and also the stuff that I don't need. I just took so I could give it away to people. There's park maps going back, God knows. There's Cedar Point stuff. There's Kings Island stuff. There's Dorney stuff. There's the list goes on and on and on. And it's not like this. It's not a business card. There's awesome big giant Cedar Point map, the poster. One box. I don't know which box I threw that in. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we're giving away. So I figure, what better way to help me get to 1,000 subscribers and people get a lot of cool collectible stuff that even if I had it, there's so much of it, why bring it? And I didn't want to throw it away. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing. So anyway, back to the theme park wedding thing. We can't book anything with the park yet until November. Park told us, but we'll have. They already know the date, and when, like I said, yeah, there's Grove Show T-shirts in there. Those boxes aren't finished yet. I got like 2 or 3 more bins to pull out to fill. So if you can imagine, these things are going to be heavy and full, and whoever wins them, I mean, even if you're already subscribed, you win. You know what I mean? You have a chance to win. You know, and anybody that's won before can still win. Because all I do is I just go one to whatever subscriber. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's the little cars, the little safari cars from Great Adventure. There's all kinds of stuff. Posters from Canopy Lake Park. There's all kinds of crazy shit. But yeah, so basically, theme park wedding. When I go up in March, we're going to talk about that because obviously Jen McGrath, she's going to want to PR that thing out. Like we said, they're going to use that wedding to promote Fright Fest. We know that because it's happening during Fright Fest. So they're going to utilize that. Number one. Number two, I don't think we're going to get married in the station or on Wicked Cyclone, but do it at the entrance of Wicked Cyclone. To make all of it, I have to have 100 people there. I have to pay for 100 people, whether there's 100 people there or not, to make that even happen. You know, for food and ERT and all that stuff. So there'll be ERT on Wicked Cyclone. Most likely, like at the entrance of Wicked Cyclone. Can't do it on the station. Station's too small. Now I know not everybody's gonna ride Wicked Cyclone, but everybody's gonna want to see it, and it's too small for all these people. Some people won't get to see it, even if you put people on both sides of the station. You know what I'm saying? So, was there a board game out of Old Flats at SFNE? I'm not sure. I'm guessing you have first right at refusal for the date. Well, with the date of the wedding, the park already knows what date we want. We're going to get that because, well, it's not necessarily sacrifices for the bride. When you think about it, there's going to be a lot of coaster enthusiasts I invite to the wedding and family. And a lot of my family and a lot of her family, they like the park and you know, and we all know I mean, she was like, why not Superman? I'm like, everybody does Superman. I want to, like, everybody knows I have a history with Wicked Cyclone that got back to, I almost thought I was getting banned from the park kind of stuff. That ride has a lot of meaning to me. I love the ride. And I didn't want to do what everybody does. I don't know if anybody's ever been married on Wicked Cyclone, but Jessica was also saying that too, in the archway there to the entrance. You could use that as a, you know, an area to be able to do that, you know. And by all means, that's fine. But when we, you know, I don't know how many of you that have wives, girlfriends, whatever, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, you know, or maybe, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever your sexual orientation is, you've had the what if conversations back in the day, right? You know, like, you know, you date and you're like, oh, what if this happens? I've told her from the first time that conversation ever came up, what happens, blah, 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 get married, right? Actually, no, Luco's going to marry us. Luco's going to go get ordained, and that was Jessica's idea, because Jessica knows that Luco's a huge part of my life, and she wanted him to be part of it like that, so he's going to go get ordained, and he's going to be the one to marry us. I know it's kind of weird, but that was Jessica's doings. But back to the what if conversation, I said, look, the only way I'm ever getting married it's going to happen at Six Flags and a ride. Now, I'm willing to compromise in terms of, you know, if we can't do it on the ride because, you know, people want to see us get married, by all means, that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that. As long as it's around the ride and I get my exclusive ride time, then I'm happy. Everything else she's planning. She already has the cake topper. I picked out the ring bearer box. which is cool. It's a coffin, and on the front it says "Till death do us part." You open it up, 2 rings, da 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 da. Got little skeletons on it. There you go. I don't want a huge like ceremony. Like I want that thing like, you know, kind of like a pizza, like, you know, 5 minutes or less kind of thing. No, that's pizza's cooked longer. I've been to so many weddings where the thing, I mean, especially in churches, and it drags on, and it drags on, and it drags on, and I'm half asleep. I am not a religious person. I don't practice religion. I know I was baptized Unitarian. I don't even know what the hell that means. I've been to church quite a few times. You know, when you're hanging out with friends and stuff, then you get stuck going to church when you're a kid and you didn't want to go. I don't knock anybody that is religious. I have my beliefs. You have your beliefs. By all means, we can agree to disagree, but it's okay. I'm not going to hate you for your religious beliefs. I mean, I feel like I'm going to catch fire every time I walk through a church. So I stay away from those. I didn't want to do a city hall thing because that's just stupid. And because we both love Halloween, exactly, BSM, Fright Fest wedding. She didn't want to get married in October because that's when she got married the first time, and she felt it was bad luck, but we still wanted something like that. We were going to do like something like, there's a way to still get married during a Halloween type of thing. I found the way. She loved it. The motto is Halloween classy, not Halloween assy. Now, I was given, because Jen McGrath was on vacation. I mean, Jen Mance knew about it before it happened. I told her, I said, hey, you know, can we do this? I'm like, I don't have a date, nothing, just, can I do this? And then she secretly told Jen McGrath, but Jen didn't say nothing, but she sent me a flyer of like the food pricing and stuff, and Jessica wasn't really feeling, no Fright Fest in November. I mean, it's fine. The end of September is great. We have no problem with that. We're cool with that. You know, I don't know how many of you have been to a Six Flags New England Ace event. Hamburgers, hot dogs, big ziti, drinks, ice cream, right? That was an option. Then they had like some barbecue option. They had some Tex-Mex. I was like, nope. I will crap my pants. I will be stinking a joint up. So Jessica emailed both Jens and then Michael and was like, hey, can we can you get like steak and chicken, like instead of like chicken fingers, and like I don't know how many you went to CoasterCon at Six Flags in New England, that kind of thing. So they said, yeah, we could do that. It costs a little extra, but we can get it done. So, yeah. Hey, you know what? That's fine if it's during Big E weekend. We'll be at the park. People will be at Big E. It's fine by me, because then I can go. Now, one thing that Jessica thought she was going to hold me down because the reception's going to be in the picnic grove and we're shooting for the pub pavilion. That's really the only pavilion to do. She thought, and I laughed at her, and I don't think she liked that I laughed at her. And I don't think she liked my response, but I said tough shit. I said that I will be at the reception for all the main stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you get introduced, you got to walk around and thank everybody for coming, which I think everybody should just come to my table, form a line, and just say, hey, the dances and stuff like that. So after that, after you do I don't sit there and shake my butt. I'm not a club dancing kind of guy. That's not me. If anybody's seen my, the Dr. Giggle show I did, you can clearly see that I'm not a dancing kind of guy. I could jump up and down, if they want to play crisscross jump, hey, I'll make you jump. I could slow dance a little bit, I could do the 2-man 2-step, the white man 2-step, these are about my moves. That's all I got. I don't know when the Big E is. I don't usually go because I think it's stupid. It's the same. It's been the same thing since the 90s. It literally hasn't changed. It's basically been the same rides, the same food, the same vendors. They just like kept going back in time in a time machine and bringing it back. It's the same thing. So, but anyway, so she thought like I was just going to stay at the pavilion the entire time. That's what she thought. I said, you have haunted houses. While they may not be the best haunted houses on the planet, but you have haunted houses right across from the damn pavilion, and you're going to tell me I can't go in those? I got to sit... We're having a Fright... You're having a Fright Fest wedding, and I can't go in a haunted house? What's that? You ever hear the Little John song, Out Your Mind? That's what I should have played for. You know, I'm not trying to be a jerk and be like, you bitch. Nothing like that. I just figured I'm at the park like for me, getting married at Six Flags meant a lot to me because, one, I wanted to invite, all the people that work there that I know, and then they're there. Two, I wanted to do it at an amusement park and on rides I liked, and I want to have ERT. That kills all that. It gets done during Fright Fest, so you get haunted houses. Like I said, while they might not be the best haunted houses on the planet, they're still haunted houses. It fits the whole theme. Why would I want to... Even if I got married somewhere else, I would not be sitting in that spot in the reception. I can't just sit there. I got to do something. I'll go out of my mind. So it is what it is. I don't know, but what we're gonna do though is we're gonna start filming all the as we get things done. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do vlogs about, and we're gonna document. I mean, I should have thought of this before, like with the cake toppers, and like one day we had this conversation about looking at like ring bearer boxes and stuff. So we're gonna have to start like from now, and we're just gonna do vlogs updating, and we'll post them on SFNEOnline's YouTube page, and I think I'm gonna put them there. I haven't decided because it's, I'm trying to get people to go to the Hauntapalooza page. And, I mean, the Martin's Family page is just kind of after effect, kind of just like stuff that I want to create that doesn't fit on anything. Like birthdays or different parties or just goofing around that doesn't belong. That's where that stuff goes. And then with, what do you call it? Hauntapalooza, that's all about Halloween. And then this is all, our SFNE Online community. And I just wanted to make sure that all that stuff is what it is. So I may like make different vlogs, one for Hauntapalooza, or I might just take it and just rebrand the vlog and put it over for the... I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but I want to start filming the stuff. It'll just be cool to document it, to have it. I don't know if I'm going to live stream the wedding or not on SFNE Online. I haven't thought about that yet. I don't know if anybody would want to watch that. I haven't thought about that yet. I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm sure it'll be on the news. I'm sure Jim McGrath's going to have some news channel there, which is fine. It'd be kind of funny, but yeah. So there's that. The SFNE Online update I wanted to talk about. There's a few things. I'm working on some off-season update videos I haven't done. I got a whole list of videos that I wrote down to make. I got all kinds of stuff. So tomorrow I'm going to start just filming the crap out of all this stuff. Hauntapalooza stuff. We'll talk about that in that update. But for SFNE Online, there's a few actual topics that I want to talk about to bring up discussion instead of bringing it into the show. Off-season updates. And someone talked about Fairtown. Okay, so I had to re-scramble a few things because, I was talking with Luco and I was talking with Jessica and they haven't seen what I've done so far with the video. I just told them like how certain things were, and then I'm not trying to make the Fairtown video like 2 hours long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to keep it like an hour and a half or less. And the only reason why I say that is the haunt took us an hour and 15 minutes to go through. And we ran 8 cameras. So 8 times an hour and 15 minutes, that's how much footage I have. Now, 2 of the cameras I can't use for video-wise, only because most of it is in the dark. Can't see 90% of it. I mean, I can use some of the footage in the lit areas and just change. So basically what you're going to be watching is a black and white movie. I can't get color out of it because we were using night vision cameras. So that's out of the question for, real life color. That's just not going to happen. So you're going to get a black and white walkthrough. It's going to look like, when you see like a, the haunts, like Universal for Halloween Horror Nights, when it's got that night vision look to it, that's what you're getting. Except I made it black and white because I didn't like the pink and I didn't like the blue. So we're just going black and white. Make it look creepy. But I'm going to tell you guys right now that I had to take a bunch out of it. And you're not going to miss anything, per se. I mean, you're going to, I have video of 6 cameras of people. We have the bags on our heads. So it's just them messing with us. So basically what I'm going to do is the footage that I don't use, I'm just going to make like a bag over your head compilation, from Fairtown, just showing the actors messing with you. There are going to be deleted scenes. I'm trying my best to mix it, even though because it's basically like 2 or 3 different groups. So I'm trying to take the best of every group, make sure everybody's showcased. I don't want it to be just me I don't want just me, Lugo, Danielle, and Jimmy. Don't forget, when we went in it, it was 14 of us. There's 14 people that I need to make sure people see. So there's going to be instances where you don't see people in certain things. There's going to be times you see us all together, and then there's times certain things. I'm not a Hollywood director. I've never done anything like this in my life. Like this big of a project. I thought I could have been done in 2 weeks and done. Now, don't get me wrong, I had IAPA in the middle of it and all these other, all this other stuff going on in the middle of everything. And then, crew, so everything kept getting pushed back. I had all these videos to make. And so, again, it's not an excuse. It's just this is way more than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a work in progress. I'm finally getting into a better rhythm again, like just picking apart things. I think about 2 more weeks, it'll be done, and then I will show the gang the video, and if they like it, then we'll do our movie preview with the people from Fairtown, and then we will release it that night after. So basically, what we plan on doing is we're having a release party, so to speak, with the owners of Fairtown, some of the actors. I'm also going to film some interviews while we're there too. But as soon as it's ready, it's going to go. I'm not waiting till Halloween to release this. That's not going to happen. Like this is when it's ready, it's going live. And but yeah, one last. Let me see. Do I got everything for that? Okay, so we're going to have more rant and thought videos because I like doing those because it's just funny to watch me go nuts. The last thing is we've actually, I'm going to try out this person to work with us to help add some more content, like editing some videos when I can't get to them, adding some new content. We're going to try and work on some like silly skits, some other like food reviews, blogs and stuff. Now, just because I added a person doesn't mean anybody else can't do it. What's up, Theme Park New England? If anybody wants to make a video for us to put on the SFNEOnline's YouTube channel, by all means, you are welcome at any time. Tell me what you'd like to do and film it. If you need me to edit it or this new guy to edit it, then by all means, we can do that. Thanks, dude. I love this hat. I bought it at Target. So I don't want people to think like, oh, he won't let me do it. I know people are like camera shy and whatever, but if anybody wants to ever make a video and put it up. Obviously, you get the full credit. It's all about you in that video. You know, by all means, anybody can do that. I mean, as long as you're not like doing stuff that's like really bad, you know, just get me the video somehow that I can download the video, and then, or multiple videos if you need me to edit it, or we can have this other guy do it. Once he starts doing work, then we'll let you know who it is. Some of you may or may not know him. I don't believe I've ever met this person, but they reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm in college doing this. I can help out, you know, where you need me to, and do this. And I'm like, all right, cool. So, which I'm thankful for, because I can't always, you know, like an idiot, I'm running like multiple YouTube pages and trying to get all this stuff done. You just can't do it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm going to Nor'easter next weekend. If anybody wants to go, the deadline to register is Sunday. So if I am going to go, I need to know by Sunday. If I'm not going, then I'm not going. Because when next weekend is one of our friends' birthdays and we might be going to do something, I don't know. I haven't heard nothing. Very poor planning, Luco. Very poor planning. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So there's that. So on the Hornapalooza side of everything, we're getting ready to write out, and then we got to record episode 2. The Loot Fright box unboxing comes out tomorrow at 5 p.m. So you can see me and Jessica and her thoughts unbox the new box, which there was some cool stuff in it. There are some haunt reviews that I got to do. So we did Paranoia in Miami. And Fright Kingdom is this Saturday, and I believe I said that earlier, that I believe there's still tickets. Hey, what's up, Coaster Box? So we're going to do that review for that. We're also going to start doing TV show and movie reviews, because I've seen some stuff that I felt like I need to talk to. Like, I saw The Nun, and what was that, Thrill Fest movie, that TV series on Netflix, You, St. Clarita Diet. I got to watch the Halloween from last year, Michael Myers movie. I saw Truth or Dare. So there's a bunch of stuff that we're going to do for Hornapalooza that's coming up. And I'm thinking about doing, you know, like I was doing the off-season videos for this. I was thinking about doing some short updates for that. But I'm trying, again, not to make everything about me. So if anybody wants to do, like, reviews about haunts, movies, TV shows, anything to do related with Halloween stuff, by all means, let me know. Record it, give it to me, and we'll put it up. You know, I have a crew with Danielle, Jimmy, Luco, Jessica, me, Jimmy. Jeremy wants to get in on some of it too, so we'll see where that, we'll see where that heads to, because I would like him to get involved. I think it's good. I don't have any updates, but I'm hoping when I go to the park next month that I can get some updates. That's what I'm hoping anyway, because when I was talking earlier about going up to the park, the park said that I'll be able to walk around the park and take some video and pictures and stuff. So I'll have an I'm gonna have an off-season video and pictures and stuff coming for coming to SFNEOnline coming up. What they're allowed to show me, what they're allowed to talk about, and we'll see how that turns out. But that's next month, and I still got the list of questions that people gave me, so I didn't lose it. So we'll see what happens and what they're willing to answer and what happens. So yeah, the Hornapalooza thing, that's that. So we're going to be doing that. I got a whole slew of videos written down. I don't know about removing any rides at New England. We're going to talk about that. In the middle of March, I'm going to be doing going up to the park. See, every year, I'm sure I've told you guys a million times, Every year I go up there. In the off season, we talk. We have a meeting, about stuff, and we talk about what. I don't know if there's any drone work coming. I could tell you that if there is any drone videos, that we will not be posting anything on social media. I hope, honestly, nobody does drone stuff, because every time some stuff hits the internet, I get an email and I get yelled at. Every single time. Because there's signs all along the road that say no drone stuff. I get phone calls, I get emails, and I get yelled at. Every single time. Even though I have nothing to do with it, but because of that, I get yelled at. So we just leave that stuff off of social media. And if there is, we try not to, if I go get my drone license there and I go get the insurance, the park will let me do it. So that's something I got to work on. I was already told that, they're trying to keep things secret. I know people are like, I can't let there be a secret anymore. I gotta know. So, but we're not gonna it's nice having a footage looking down on a, from up above. It's nice. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have that footage. But I want to be in the park. They're gonna let me see stuff, and I'm gonna bring that to you. They trust me. I trust them. It works out. I know that probably there's going to be like a drone flying around at some point, and I can't stop people from doing what they do. I can't stop them. I love to stop them, but I can't stop them. So, what I can say is I'm not going to be the one flying the drone unless the park lets me do it. If somebody flies a drone, I'm not putting it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You may have to go to where to find it. I'm not saying where, but if you guys are smart, you would realize where to go. And if you're not part of where, shame on you. I don't know if it's being removed in 2019. I tried getting that information, and they're not going to tell me nothing. I honestly think it is, but there's a rumor going around that it's not even going to open this year. There's just so many problems with it that I think it's either going to get shipped off to some other company, maybe some other park, or it's going to go in the trash can. Those are really the only options you got. Yeah, I'm hoping that they let me in and show me what they're doing on the inside. They might not be doing anything right now. They're doing stuff. They're getting things ready to put the ride in. But maybe they'll let me go inside and see some stuff. I think it would be great, to get a little taste. Get a little taste, I would like a little taste. All right, so I talked about the updates for SFNEOnline. Talked about Hauntapalooza. We talked about the news. All right, so now the next tidbits are Monster Jam, Fright Kingdom, and Super Bowl 53. We'll leave Super Bowl 53 for last. So Fright Kingdom, everybody knows I love that place. I'm like a total fanboy of that place. It's in New Hampshire. They do a normal haunt during Halloween. They did the Christmas one. We put those videos out. And now they're doing a Valentine's haunt for one night. Now, I've never heard of a Valentine's haunt, and I'm just going to pull up. I believe they still have tickets. I haven't seen that they were sold out, and I'm looking for right now. Oh, okay. So if you want to go, there's only seating for 9:45 p.m. left. The 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. seatings are sold out, and the tickets are $60. Now, the reason why it's $60, you get dinner and all 5 haunts. For those that haven't been to Fright Kingdom, it's an indoor haunt. They have 5 different themed areas, which are phenomenal. So you get to see a bit of what it looked like for Christmas. Now you're gonna get to, this after this week, you'll get to see what it's like for Valentine's. They have that what they call a midway, where there's creatures walking around. They got little stores. They got food. They got all kinds of stuff. So myself and Jessica are going. I was like, I'm not paying $60 for the kids to go, even though I'm sure they would want to go. But it has a dinner menu, and this is what you're going to get. So for $60, you get to go in the haunt. Plus you get chicken parm, garden fresh salad, pasta with homemade meatballs, fresh rolls and butter, cookies, brownies, cake, choice of soda or water, vegetarian option available. So, and it takes a good amount of time to go through that. So, so I love that. And, so I'm really hoping that this is just as good too. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna, we got tickets for the 6 p.m. seating. So we'll definitely be checking that out. Yeah, it didn't have like it doesn't have, I don't know if you could do coffin rides or anything like that. But, so if you want to go, your only shot now is 9:45 p.m. seating. So, good thing I bought the tickets when I did. I wanted the early seating. So, yeah, it'll be great. Your tickets are only available online and in limited supply. Choose a time and buy tickets now. Yeah, there's no like skip the lines and nothing like that. It's just, well, it's probably going to say sold out when I click the ticket. Yeah, there's just like one type of ticket. There's no nothing. But it's called Fright Kingdom Forever Mine. So, if that's the dunk crew was pissed that dirt was not compacted right. 10 people got hurt with rocks from dirt being flung by the trucks doing donuts. Goliath to Mexico. Yeah, I can see that. Coaster Box says, what are your 5-year plan at SFNE and rides are moving in the next 5 years? I don't have that yet. It's actually written down as one of the... I have 2 videos coming out that I'm actually filming either tonight or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. One is going to be my 2 videos about 2020 prediction. Well, basically, I'm just going to cut out the Six Flags New England part of it and put just that. But I'm going to put the whole thing, and then at a later time, just put the Six Flags New England. And then I'm going to do one about what I think the next 5 years is going to happen. And then I'm going to explain in great detail from what I know, what I feel, the research that I've done. I've got a whole bunch of papers over here of research that I've been doing. I got a whole bunch of stuff in the notebook that I've written down about the things that I feel about it. So that's going to come up. So be on the lookout for Fright Kingdom. The Fright Kingdom review is going to go on the Hauntapalooza podcast one, just because this isn't haunt. It's not haunt season for SFNEOnline, basically. Anything when the haunts open normally, like, in the middle end of September to when they close in November, that's prime time for SFNEOnline. I'm going to do things for that and Hauntapalooza. I'm going to have to, do reviews, but make them a little different. Well, because what's going to happen when that's going on, the SFNEOnline ones are going to be just me. The Hauntapalooza ones are going to be what everybody who went thought about that. So that's what I mean by that. So if that makes any sense to anybody. All right. So Monster Jam, that's what John's talking about. The dunk crew was pissed when the trucks were doing donuts. I got a bunch of them videos coming out. I didn't make a vlog, but I literally recorded every single race of everything, anything that between the monster trucks, and the different like the 4-wheelers and the dune buggy races. I got every single race, every single thing on video. I got it all. I even got, John, I don't know if you were there that day I was there, right, on Sunday? I'm sure you saw the El Toro truck during the freestyle go up in the air, land, tip over on its side, and crush one of its horns. That truck was badass, though. That truck was cool because it looked like a bull, and then, like, in the hood of the car, it could blow smoke out like a bull. It was awesome. I was a little disappointed in Gravedigger and that doggy one. Now, I know it's going to sound sexist because there was two chicks that were driving, but you could tell the one that was, the one that looked like a dog, she's only 19 and doing, I mean, for what she could do. And plus, I'm not really dogging them out as much. It's because I know Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence is really small for them monster trucks. And they can't really do a whole lot. So I don't know how many of you went to Monster Jam or heard about it. That's the monster trucks. And for those that don't know, the people that put on that event are the same ones that put on Ringling Brothers and Disney on Ice and the Marvel shows and stuff like that. That's field entertainment. Matter of fact, I don't know if I have it over here. I think I put them in the bin. I had just saw the business card from. I put it in the bin over there for field entertainment. And yes, John, I've been doing my homework because I want to make sure that the content that I put out just isn't kind of like half-assed. I want you guys to really enjoy it and actually want to keep coming back to watch it. That's what all this is about. I'm just trying to entertain you the best way I can, whether I rant, make a joke, fart on a thing, burp, pee, I don't know, whatever I'm doing. I'm trying to just entertain everybody and show you a good time and stuff. I'm not going to put all the stuff together. I'm just going to put like the crazy stuff. So yeah, the Speedsters were cool. I mean, for doing what they do, I hope they come to Foxborough this year. And so I can watch it there. But for being at Dunkin' Donuts, it was Jessica's first time. And see, every time I say something wrong, people correct me. I know that's the way the world is, but you should just let me say it and make me look more like an idiot. It makes the entertainment value more fun. Don't you think? I know, there's a lot of, what do we call it? Grammar, spelling, Nazis out there, pronunciation, you know. But I get it. People want the correct information. I'm still going to give you wrong information. I mean, I try to give you, like, what's really happening and not give you fake news, but I'm going to pronounce things wrong. Because I'm an idiot, and I enjoy being an idiot sometimes. It's fun. But anyway, so back to the monster. I got it all on my phone, so I got to upload that. I'm going to do that tonight. And so I'm going to upload all that crap. Yeah, she's not. I'm so used to, like, I remember, I don't know if you remember this, John. I don't know how many years ago this was, when Gravedigger rolled over onto the stands and it busted the dunk there. This is going back, I think, early 2000s, late 90s, middle 90s, somewhere around there. Like in that time frame, I was there for that. I watched that happen. It was nuts. And we all know that Kristen Anderson is, she's young. And I will say that I really do enjoy that women are getting involved in it. Like, I think it's cool. And like the announcers were saying, I don't know how many times you heard it. I'm sure you heard it like 3 times a day. That it's the only sporting event where both men and women play together, do the sport together. They're all treated the same. Like nobody's favored over whatever. And, but I think whoever was driving the doggy car, that chick, I think she was nervous because of how small you know what I'm saying? Oh, June 15th is a Gillette show? Oh, I got to buy tickets for that. Oh, I got to go to that. I'm buying tickets when I'm done with this show. If I can, if they're on sale, I'm buying them. Buying that stuff. I'm buying it. I'm going. But yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dunkin' Donuts Center is tiny compared to where they used to doing it, especially like outdoor places. Like, go to the Patriots Stadium, Gillette Stadium, and watch the monster. I've never gotten to see them there. I heard them cars launch and go and do crazy ass things. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to do. I want to see something crazy like that because let me tell you, when what do you call it? I've only seen Monster Jam at the Dunk. So that's all I know. It's loud as hell in there, and I love it. All the fumes, it's great. I had a great time. If you can't get to the Gillette show and, like, oh, I want to go to the Dunk, go there. It's still fun. It's not as great as probably the other places, but, like, for what it is, it's not an expensive ticket. I honestly feel that it's worth every penny. Well, the drivers, not the... Because you always see who the drivers are. They're always showing the drivers on the screen, who wins. Yeah, it's the first year. The only thing that kind of bothers me about putting that chick that was... any of the chicks that don't really have that confidence, they have a Monster Jam University school to go learn. Like, how did they determine that she was okay? I mean, you're going to need experience. I get it. But shouldn't they be letting her train more in the school before letting her out there? I mean, obviously they want to see how she can do, but... I could tell. I forgot who the girl in the doggy truck was. I mean, the truck was cool when she could get it to do things with the tag, the tail wagging and the ears flapping. I mean, I give her a lot of credit. I would love to drive a monster truck. I would love to get in there and just and go. I would love it, love it, love it, love it. I would love to try and do that. I'd probably kill myself in that thing. So it's like, I don't know. I really feel that even though the Dunk is tiny, it's still worth the money. It's still worth the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think it's worth... Jessica had never been, and she was like, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I thought it was great, so I would definitely go again. I mean, I even bought I bought her the puppy dog, little stuffy, looks like a pillow kind of thing. And then I bought a bigger, the bigger metal Gravedigger truck. And then I had pre-bought the green screen. They put you inside the monster truck photo. I got that upstairs. Yeah, they shouldn't be in there. I mean, I thought it was crazy, like, when the El Toro monster truck fell over. That thing was smoking. It was pouring out probably antifreeze or some kind of fluid. The thing that blew my mind is when they got it back up on its tires, that thing started, like, right back up and could move. Like, those things, it blows my mind that going through all that, they still can run. The Alien Invasion truck, that truck was cool with the running green lights on it. That black dude, that driver, that dude is nuts. I love that guy. That dude's like standing on top of his truck doing flips off of it. He's just like, dude was not, he's nasty. But that guy that won it all for the day, that was the Earthshaker. That dude was nuts. I felt bad for the zombie truck because that was cool. It had the hands out and the driver's always, you see him on the screen going, Eee. The monster truck looks cool, but his truck was just a piece of crap that day. Everything was breaking down. Things were flipping over. It was pretty cool. Like, it was for being in a small little place like that. But I'm going to make a video of, like, all the best of the cool stuff. Like, all the crashes, the bangs, the flip overs, the donuts and stuff like that. And, but yeah, the, what do you call it? Yeah, when they did the donuts, that was cool. Oops, someone just text me? It might be you texting me, John. I don't know. Yep. And, somebody just posted about you. I just liked it. I'm going to tell you. No, I don't know, but there was an El Toro, it's called El Toro Loco monster truck. Looks like a bull. It's got the bull horns. Blows out steam. I mean, the iconic Gravedigger is still the Gravedigger. But I think she needs a little bit more training. Honestly. And so doesn't the puppy dog. But I mean, other than that, I mean, they obviously the two women that were driving, they got some great futures ahead of them for monster truck driving. I mean, just to be able to get in there and drive and just try to do anything with those trucks, I gotta say, like, that's balls. Like, you're a woman and you're doing it. I give you kudos because it's always been a male dominant sport. Now women want to get into it, and I think it's great. I hope more get into it. Even though I was reading this thing, I was like, how many of you remember, what was it, Bigfoot? I think. Yeah, Bigfoot monster truck. It was a Ford blue monster truck. That's no longer a Ford truck. It's Chevy or something now, and they're not involved with Monster Jam anymore. I read that. I didn't know that. I was like, where is this Bigfoot guy? The Dunkin' area? Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts. Which is the Providence Civic Center. They just call it the Dunkin' Donuts Center. So, I can tell you it's not comfy in those seats. Wink, wink. I'm sure you sat in them, but still. I would love, and plus with the straps on them, geez. I would still want to do it. I would still want to drive it. Like, oh yeah, plus, one video I have to put up in the two-wheel competition was Earthshaker. The last thing he did when he went forward and got the whole monster truck like this, standing on the two front tires. That dude rolled that thing in reverse, went over the hump, across, up, down the hump, and then down. Like, that's skill. To be able to do that in a monster truck, that's nasty. Like, I'd be lucky if I get that thing to do anything. I would want to, I like what they were doing when they were trying to do the, what scrapped Roger Rabbit theme land would be like Disney MGM Studios in the mid-90s, and what rides could be. You know what? I would love to see a Roger Rabbit theme land. And obviously, we'll probably never see one. Roger Rabbit is a cult classic film. That movie's loved by, I know, at least all of us. And the problem is, the majority of people have no clue what the hell Roger Rabbit is. I blame a lot of parents on that. I do. Because of the fact that, people don't pass on the good movies. You pass on the crap. But I haven't seen what the theme land was supposed to look like. The only thing I remember about the Roger Rabbit thing was we were supposed to, down there, to ride it to California. I believe we were supposed to get that, maybe a roller coaster. I don't remember. I probably seen what the land was supposed to look like, years ago, but I don't remember because it wasn't going to happen. Same thing like with Muppets. The Muppets were supposed to have an awesome area, and they got one ride. And now they're going to I heard that ride's going away. Yeah, I could see the Paris Resort causing a lot of problems. The way they did it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I wish you could. I don't see any sexism in it for, Roger Rabbit with, what do you call it? What's her name? Oh my God, I can't remember her name right now. Jessica Rabbit. But yeah, the problem with the PC culture, I don't think we need to have a PC culture. To be honest. I get it. People want to be treated fairly. People want to be treated right. But there's a misconception here. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you get rid of it. If you don't like a certain thing. You just ignore it. There's a lot of things in the world I don't like. I don't like tennis. I think it's stupid. I don't like golf. I think it's boring. But I don't go, get rid of golf and tennis. I don't like it. Get rid of it. I'm offended. Get rid of it. I don't say that. You know what I do? I don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like it, I don't watch it. I don't look at it. I don't know why it's so. I don't know why it's so hard for people not to just ignore it. I mean, most of these people are just stirring the pot so that, no, look at me, I got this thing banned, I'm cool. You ain't gonna like it when somebody comes after your thing and then they ban it on you. Eventually, we're not gonna have anything cool. Like, I think about this. Think about this. Those that know me, I go by Dr. Giggles for a reason. I don't know how many of you know, like, Insane Clown Posse and all horror rap music. I talk about rape, murder, anything to do with killing people. Hell, I killed my own son in a song. Not real, but there's a song. Matter of fact, on a re-release of an album that's going to be coming out this year called Little Brat. I talk about the bad side about being a dad. And it's like, oh, I wish you would die, and this and that and the other. My own kid, Devin, that's 16. He was 6 months old when I recorded that song. The song's 16 years old. Almost. Regardless, I got him crying as a baby on it. All right, so I know that music's not for everybody. I'm sure a lot of people would be offended, right? What if one day they came and said, you can no longer record horror rap music? Guess what? I'm still doing it. And I still would be passing it out whether it got me in jail or not. So, like, when I don't like stuff like Justin Bieber and other crappy music, I don't go pull it off the air because it sucks, even though it does. People gotta learn. I get it. People want to be treated fairly and treated right. I totally agree. There shouldn't be any racism. There shouldn't even be sexism. But here's the problem with sexism. Here's another rant. If a woman wants to be treated as equal as a man, they need to take the same baloney that a man does. And I don't mean that. So basically what I'm saying is what's good for us is good for you. Or what's good for you is what's good for us. You can't have it a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to theme parks and it comes to anything, movies, music, remember that. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If people don't like my show or any videos I make, don't watch them. I'm not going to cry. I make the videos for two reasons. Me, because I like to make them. And two, for you, for the people that do like to watch them. If you're not going to watch them, I don't care. I'm still going to make them whether there's an audience or not. To answer your question, Ryan. Oh, these are from the cruise. Brownie crisp cookies. It tastes like brownies and cookies. They're still good, and they've been in this container since I got them on the cruise, and they're still delicious. I'm sorry if I'm crunching too loud. Now, Ryan says, I'd like to see a Looney Tunes dock ride in a Six Flags theme park in the future. What Six Flags park could have a Looney Tunes dock ride? Well, one, any of them could, but the reality is I think none of them will. For some reason, and when I go to the park, I'm going to ask them this. Why don't you make a Looney Tunes dock ride? The parts that we talked about this like last week or the week before. There's so many potential things you could do with Looney Tunes in a dock ride. I don't know why they never done it. Well, I can't say that. There is one in Texas, but I think they're closing that. The water ride. There was the water ride in over Texas. I think they're closing that. Unfortunately, I think I heard that recently that that water dock ride, the Looney Tunes theme one's closing. Either getting rethemed or ripped out. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I heard. I don't know. But yeah, so monster trucks were awesome. So let's see what else. Let me recap. I'm going to write that down about the Looney Tunes dock ride. I mean, they already have, like, the rights, and I know they're going to pay the rights fees for the Looney Tunes. I'm telling you, a Looney Tunes dock ride would be awesome. And I don't know why they don't do it. One, I don't know if they can, depending upon, like, when you have the rights to certain things, you can only do certain things. You can only do certain things with those rights with the rides. You know, like when you say, "Oh, I want to do this," you can only like do certain things. I don't know if Looney Tunes in DC is going to go with a Great Escape. I honestly hope Great Escape stays the way the Great Escape is. I don't think they should totally Six Flags the park. I think they should be left the way it is. I'll be truthfully honest. Yes, Looney Tune rides are for kiddies, but what if you had a shoot 'em up dock ride? I would go on it. Yes, but see, everything can't be about big thrill rides. It can't always be about the big thrill ride. And I want to tell you why. Again, I've said this a million times. You don't always, I mean, yes, you need to have thrill rides. You need to have family rides. You need to have, you got to have stuff for the teens and the tweens and the little kids and the adults and the thrill seekers and the wimpy people that don't like to ride big thrill things. We have a lot of thrill machines. For the size of Six Flags New England, there's a lot of coasters for that size. There's a bunch of flats, whether we have duplicates or not. So the question is, in my opinion, the only roller coaster type that we're missing is a launch. We're missing a dock ride. And we really need more family rides. Again, I'm not like a total coaster enthusiast. I'm a theme park, amusement park enthusiast between shows and food and rides and et cetera, et cetera. So with that kind of thinking, I honestly think that a Looney Tunes dock ride, if done right, like if they took like how they did Justice League and they do it on that scale with Looney Tunes, you're going to tell me that's not going to be an awesome, successful ride? You're going to tell me that's not going to draw people in? I call BS on that. I think that would be a hit. Yeah, I think Great Escape and Frontier City, I know Frontier City's new. I think they should do without. I'm tired of all the parks trying to look the same. I know they're a chain of parks, but they don't all have to look the same. They don't all have to be uniform, and they don't all have to have the same rides. They all need different. They don't need clone. They need different. Now, flat rides are a little bit different because, like I said earlier in the show, there's not a lot of innovation. There's not a lot going on. So you're kind of stuck in that aspect where you're going to get a lot of duplicate stuff. Yeah, you could shoot up the Monstars. Again, there's a lot of things that they can do. I know right now, like, DC's not doing the Justice League rides. That seems to be done. But if you remember, like 2 or 3 years ago, they were sending out the survey about dock rides. So they're probably going to be generic. Like pirates or monsters or zombies or, that's what I think is going to happen. I think those two may have the same characters. So again, it is what it is when it comes out, when it comes into play, and when you get all these rides and But I am going to ask the park about the possibility of a Looney Tunes dock ride. If they don't do a Looney Tunes one, I'm telling you, do a Wild West one or something. To go along, with Crack Axle Canyon, I think it would be great. Because I really think at some point Houdini's going to go. Not yet, but at some point, I think. Because think about it, all the areas that have already had, like, updates. You've had, like, Gotham City has been all redone up. You have the North End, being all done up. The only thing that needs to be done up now, and you're getting that now, is DC, the Heroes area. Then you got Crack Axle Canyon. I think, like, 2021, Crack Axle Canyon is going to get some love. I could be wrong, and it could be 2020, but I'm really going to go with a gut feeling that 2021 is when Crack Axle Canyon gets some love. All right, so we're going to get going here. So before we leave, let's do a rundown real quick of what's going on, what's coming up, so that way you know for things that are going on. So this Saturday, I'm going to Fright Kingdom. I don't know if anybody else is going up to New Hampshire to go to the haunt. Oh, I didn't even talk about the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the Super Bowl real quick. Not that many people care, but you know what? I didn't pay attention to the ads because I thought most of the ads sucked. Like, I thought this was the worst year for Super Bowl ads. I was just shocked that, you know, here's the thing. When I watch the Patriots play in a Super Bowl, usually they lose. Like, I start watching, they get their ass kicked, I walk away, they win. But I actually, I was like, you know what? It's do or die. It's now or never. I'm watching the game. I'm sick of hiding, playing pinball, and not watching the game and eating the food with everybody else. So I watched it, and I was kind of nervous. You know, it was 3-zip. Then they tied it up. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then the Patriots went in. They scored, you know, in the third quarter, fourth quarter, whatever the hell that was. And then the interception happened. Then they kick a field goal. And then they're like trying to get, I'm like, they were going for a field goal. And I'm like, not the Patriots, the Rams. And I'm like, they got like what, 20 seconds? It can be done. The Patriots have done it to the Jets like 3 times in under a minute, 4 times. And then they missed the field goal. I was like, yes, I finally watched the Super Bowl with the Patriots, and the Patriots won. I was pumped. Because I think last week I apologized for the Patriots losing because I was watching the game. So that was good. That was good. What are you saying? The M&M's one was the best one. Gotham City Gauntlet needs to go. Goliath needs to go. And Flashback needs to go. Period. Yeah, that commercial with the football players and the football cake, that thing was hilarious. That was probably my favorite. I like the little dig that Brady had when he took the rings off. He's like, hey, hang on, hold these for me. I was like, oh. You know what I hope? That Brady gets his 6th ring size for his middle finger on the other hand. I hope he does. I really hope he does. Yeah, Great Adventure's definitely going to get a coaster in 2020. I'm waiting to hear a little bit of rumbles. I haven't heard, you know, I'm starting to hear rumbles, surprisingly, a little bit early for some of the stuff that I'm not talking about yet. I got to dig a little bit. I just don't, you know, when I go, like last year when I did my 2019 predictions and I did a lot of I spent a long time researching and then the information I was receiving so that way I could try to line up as best as I could. I was right on some stuff, wrong on other stuff. It is what it is. So I've been doing, my book here, doing the research that I think, the stuff that I've heard. I mean, if these pages could talk, the things in here, you'll see. So we'll see. But I think the Super Bowl, I mean, here's the problem, and I saw a lot of videos, from different sports networks. Like one guy, I think it's called like The Herd or something. And that older guy, no, he's not old, but he's not one of the young commentators, but every video that he puts out is like awesome. And he talked about how Brady basically won the Super Bowl with like string and bubble gum. They took away most of his weapons, but they couldn't cover Edelman, and then they won. I mean, it wasn't one. I mean, we're all used to like high flying, crazy scoring, and it just doesn't happen like that. And on this particular one, this was more like in line with like the old school beginnings of the Super Bowl when you have all these people, the players. It was the defense really won the game. The Rams cracked. The Patriots found a way, and they won. That's how it was. Now, I know all the people, all no. El Diablo still went to Canada. the statue, I believe, is getting moved, and the name and the theming, which really isn't much, got moved to Texas. They're getting the brand new one. Texas is getting the brand new one. Canada's still got the Great Adventure one. Just that I'm sure the statue is going over to Texas. Everything goes over there. The Bizarro fire cannons go over there for Texas Giant. El Diablo goes over there. Yeah, defense wins championships, that's for sure. I will say it's just so funny. Like, all the people that don't like the Patriots, which is like most of America, their only comeback is the Patriots cheat. Now, if there's any like Patriot haters out there, before you go, they cheat, hear me out. When we'll get to Deflategate real quick in a second, but when Spygate happened, technically they didn't do anything illegal. The team was pissed that they caught them filming. You were allowed to film. It's just where you film. Okay? And then they changed the rule. You could tell they're just doing something to shut them up. They destroyed the tapes. And just find the money. That's it. Deflategate came. Deflategate had nothing to do with the suspension. People still think Tom Brady, they think, probably 99% of the haters think that Tom Brady was suspended for deflated footballs. Had nothing to do with deflated footballs. He got suspended because of destroying his phone. He didn't play along with the commissioner and he got suspended. Big whoop. And they found that one football was deflated, and it was the football that was in the hands of the Colts guy that ratted him out. So they did it. And so people were just like, oh, deflated footballs, they cheated. That's it. That's all it was. It was just a storyline for the Super Bowl. It meant nothing. What else? What other cheating scandals are there? I'm sure I can rip apart your thought on that. Regardless, nobody can deny Tom Brady being the greatest and Belichick being the greatest. That combination, yes, the Patriots are going to be down and out soon. You know, Brady can't play forever, as much as we like him to. And eventually Belichick, it'll be done. The dynasty will fall. And we'll go back to sucking again. And that's okay, too. You know, all my life as a kid, I watched the Patriots suck ass. You know what I mean? I watched them in that 85 football, the Super Bowl against the Bears. You know what I'm saying? I watched it. I watched how they got that blown out. I was a little kid. I remember that. I've been a Patriots fan forever. I remember Steve Grogan and Tony Eason and even, you know, leading up all to that. So when we finally got a team that's crazy, it's just that, you know, don't hate us for winning all the time. Hate your teams because your teams suck. That's just how it is. I live by that. But you can't say that I am a, what do you call it? A bandwagon fan. Because why the hell would I like the Patriots when they sucked? I always root for the home team no matter how good or how bad they are. And when times are tough with the teams when they suck, I usually sometimes find another good team to root for too. But I always root for the home team. I always have since I was a kid, and I will until the day I die. Yeah, when was that? The Buffalo Bills winning? The Buffalo Bills, they suck. So don't the Jets. I mean, the Patriots got it easy. They got, I think the only one that's got like any chance of this upcoming season is the Dolphins. This year, I think, is the only one that could give Patriots some trouble. Other than that, the Jets and the Bills, they suck. They need some big-time help. And I don't know how they do it. That's like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's got a chance to do some amazing things, but guess what? Pittsburgh Steelers need to get rid of Rosenberger. They need to get rid of their coach. Start over. Rebuild. It's rebuild time. Rosenberger was an amazing quarterback. His time has come and gone. Same thing with Brady. Brady's time, I mean, he's still playing great, but if I was Brady, I would go, I retire. Go out with a Super Bowl. Now, what if he doesn't win another one again? He's going to go out like a chump instead of a champ. The Dolphins, I think. Well, the Dolphins just got our, defensive guy there. Our interim defensive guy. Coach. This is the head coach. Still, it is what it is. The Super Bowl wasn't the crazy, ecstatic, exciting Super Bowls that we're used to. I mean, it was kind of a snooze fest, I'll be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not a lot of crazy stuff going on. I mean, I've seen a lot of great defensive plays on both sides that made me go, wow. But, yeah. It was definitely crazy. I mean, the Patriots-Atlanta Super Bowl 2 years ago, nothing. There's no Super Bowl that's even close to that. Coming back from 28-3 deficit, ain't nothing touching that. But all right, we're going to get out of here. So remember, Fright Kingdom review will go on Hornapalooza, but I'll still post it on SFNEOnline Facebook if you want to check it out. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe and all that stuff to Hornapalooza. And yes, it is a offshoot from SFNEOnline. Just, you know, if you go into the forums on SFNEOnline, we have a topic, you know, an area in there for Hornapalooza with the Grove Show. In there for topics, so you can talk about all this other stuff. Yeah, good punting to the 5-yard line. I'm telling you, man, those people are nasty. They're so good. And we'll be back next. Actually, we're not going to be back on Thursday next week. I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to do a Friday night show next week. I don't know if that's going to hurt me or help me. Thursday is Valentine's Day, so most people are not going to watch for Valentine's Day. I am not. I'm not going to watch myself or talk to anybody. I'm going to do a Friday night show. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass, but we're going to do a Friday night show. And do that. See how that works. So we'll be back same time, not same day, but 8 o'clock Friday night. We'll see what happens. I don't know how many people are going to watch. But I know Thursday nights, like, don't even bother. So next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will go live on Friday. And we will talk about Fright Kingdom and whatever else. So, if I don't see anybody at Fright Kingdom, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Friday. So until next time, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace!